Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing good. Myself Ashleen Kaur, student of BTech Biotechnology second semester. The topic of my presentation is status and scope of floriculture in India and abroad. To begin with, I would like to thank my course instructor Dr. Prashant Bakshi for providing me with this opportunity and also for his immense dedication and constant guidance and support. These are the contents of my presentation. Introduction. The flowers are associated with mankind from the dawn of civilization. They are used for various purposes in our day-to-day life like religious purpose, social function, perfume industry, etc. It is said that a man is born with flowers, lives with flowers, and finally dies with flowers. Floriculture. It is the aesthetic branch of horticulture which deals not only with cultivation of ornamentals, annuals, biennials, and perennial plants, including potted ones, but also their marketing. Commercial floriculture is a branch which deals with cultivation of economic flowers like rose, jasmine, etc., production of cut flowers, and gift plants. Types of floriculture. There are mainly two types of floriculture. First, being commercial floriculture, where flowers are grown on commercial large scale for profit. For example, rose, jasmine, and carnation. And the second being ornamental floriculture, where flowers are grown for ornamental, pleasure, and fashion purposes. For example, dahlia, zinnia, and cosmos, etc. Role of ornamental crops in pollution control. Plants maintain the ecological balance, enhances the beauty of the place. They are sources of food, shelter, medicine and timber. Maintains soil moisture and minimize soil erosion. Green area is maintained to control the environment change, reduces light intensity. Control atmospheric pollution. Flowering ornamentals promote apiculture. Now talking about importance of floriculture. Floriculture is important from the following point of view. First, economic. Second, aesthetic. Third, social. Now talking about the economic point of view. Floriculture is the fast emerging major venture in the world, especially as a potential money spinner for many third world countries. Many flowers and ornamental plants that are being grown for domestic as well as for export market will provide more return per unit area than any other agricultural horticultural crops. At present, the global ornamental crop industry is worth about $70 billion. The global consumption of flowers is about $35 billion. Floriculture is also important as it generates self-employment opportunities round the year. Now talking about the aesthetic point of view. I hope you all have heard about horticulture therapy. It is the new dimension of horticultural science to heal the psychic debility, and this science is to use garden, landscape, parts of plants, growing activity as tool of work. On third, talking about social point of view. Flowers symbolize the purity, beauty, peace, love, passion, etc. Hence, they represent most sensitive and delicate feelings what words fail to express. It has been estimated that 30 to 40% of total flower production are being consumed in Kolkata city alone for worshipping purpose. Now talking about the production. The production is growing at a rate of 8 to 10% per annum. There are mainly 120 countries which are active in floriculture production on a large scale. The economy of some countries like the Netherlands, Israel and Colombia is dependent on floriculture industry. The estimated area under floriculture in the world is over 2,20,000 hectares. Now, let's talk about 5 leading countries in floriculture export. On number 1, it's Netherlands with 57% export. On number 2, it's Colombia with 14% of export. On number 3, it's Israel with 4%. On number 4, it's Kenya with 3%. And on number 5, it's Ecuador with 3%. Present status in the world. Major flower producing country is Netherlands. Country with largest acreage of flora crops under greenhouse is also Netherlands. And major cut flower producing country is also Netherlands. And major cut flower importing country is Germany. Now talking about present status in India. Largest area under flowers is Tamil Nadu. Largest producer of loose flowers is also Tamil Nadu. Largest producer of cut flowers is West Bengal. And India's share in global floriculture sector is estimated to be 0.61%. Floricultural Research Institutes. Number 1. Directorate of Floriculture Research, abbreviated as DFR, in Indian Agricultural Research Institute, New Delhi. Number 2. National Research Center for Orchids, in Pakyong, Gangtok, Sikkim. Number 3. National Botanical Research Institute, Lucknow, UP. On number 4. NARO Institute of Floricultural Science, Japan. Components of floriculture industry. Number 1. Cut flower cultivation. Cut flowers like rose, gerbera, tuberose, gladiolus, chrysanthemum, etc. are very popular and widely cultivated in the country. Maharashtra, Orissa, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh are the leading cut flower producing states. Number 2. Loose flower cultivation. Loose flowers include many traditional flowers like marigold, China aster, jasmine, etc. Occupy major flower cultivated area of the country as the domestic consumption is very high. Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu are leading loose flower producing states. Now let's talk about protected cultivation. Area under protected cultivation has been expanded in recent years from 500 hectares to 5,000 hectares. Major flowers cultivated are rose, carnation, etc. Under polyhouse mainly in Maharashtra, Karnataka, Uttarakhand, Gujarat. Orchids and anthurium are grown under net house or polyhouse in Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, Goa and Kerala. Number 4. High value flower crops. High value flower like Asiatic ginger lily, orchids, bird of paradise, etc. are being cultivated in comparatively smaller area, but these fetch higher return per unit area owing to high flower value. Such high value flowers are being cultivated in southern states of our country. On number 5, essential oils and flower perfume. Flowers like rose, jasmine, tuberose, etc. are generally known to be rich in essential oils. Rosa damascena is exclusively cultivated for extraction of essential oils, rosewater, attar, gulkan, etc. in Haldigati, Rajasthan and some parts of Kannauj, UP and Himachal Pradesh. Flower seeds and bulb production. Production of seasonal flower seeds for all 3 seasons is also very highly lucrative business which is well established in Punjab and Karnataka. Hybrid seed production is money-making business which ultimately helps in quality flower production. On number 7, allied industries associated with floriculture. These are like greenhouse construction and installation, shade net manufacturing, grading, packaging machines, etc. have come up and flourishing well owing to high demand with the expanding area under protected cultivation. Number 8. Nursery. Ornamental plant nursery is today's lucrative business where we have a wide range of nurseries based on wholesale or retail, commercial, flowering plants, shrubs, climbers and tree seedlings, etc. Now talking about scope of floriculture industry in India. India is blessed with varied and dynamic agroclimatic condition, good quality soil and water made suitable for floriculture. Geographically, it is well located between 2 major markets, that is Europe and East Asia. Winter is mild, hence there is a lot of scope to export Indian flowers to temperate countries during the winter season, when the demand is at peak because of Christmas and New Year. Labor cost is also very low in India. Nearly 10 to 15 times cheaper than that of similar employees in Netherlands, Israel, Japan, etc. Banks in India are ready to finance the farmers who are involved in high-tech floriculture. The government of India has set up the infrastructure for floriculture industry in major cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Bengaluru, Pune, etc. Now, talking about floriculture in abroad, the world floriculture trade is characterized by a high degree of concentration by products and sources. Developed countries in Europe, America, and Asia account for more than 90% of demand. International trade in floriculture to a large extent is organized along the regional lines. Asia Pacific countries are main suppliers to Japan and Hong Kong. African and other European countries are the principal suppliers to Europe's main market. Colombia dominates the market in USA. While worldwide consumption has been on a rise, consumers have also become more refined in demanding new products. To meet this growing and changing demand, production has continued to move from countries that have traditionally been consumers and growers, such as Netherlands, to other relatively new producing countries, such as Colombia, Kenya, etc. Conclusion: the floriculture industry helps in first, increasing self employment opportunities, second, promoting entrepreneurship, third, boosting export trade to earn foreign currency, fourth, improving farmers' socio-economic condition. At the end, I would like to thank all of you for watching my presentation. I hope you liked it.